Our first testimony is Brandon Summers. Brandon, you here? Welcome, sir. Please come on up. Give Brandon Summers a hand.
Good afternoon. You guys hear me? All right. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Before I go into my testimony, I just want to say, Uncle Bobby, thank you for being here. I think he's gone already. And Kelly, thank you for doing Nevada Cop Block and ACAB Radio. It's very, very important. And just very quickly, in regards to body cam footage and accountability, transparency, they're absolutely correct. It takes an incredibly long time. For more? Okay. It takes an incredibly long time to get police body camera footage when you request it. And in my case, it took 8 months. I'll get to that. All right, again, my name is Brandon Summers. I'm a Vegas native, violinist. Oh, look, go back to the little one there. Sorry. Yeah, not yet. Don't get too excited. Vegas native, violinist, street performer, substitute teacher for CCSD, and apparently I'm a troublemaker too. I've been ticketed or arrested by Metro 6 times for street performing. I never intended to be a violinist and definitely not a street performer or an activist, but life is funny and it rarely goes the way we planned it. I had the privilege of having parents who could afford music lessons, so I began private instruction at the age of 6, and my parents are actually here, so thank you for being here. My mother expected that I work hard at my instrument, but not to become a virtuoso. She was more interested in maximizing my opportunities for college scholarships. And I did get a college scholarship, but it was for mathematics, wasn't for music. Music has always been formative in my life, but it was secondary to academics. However, when I started struggling academically and started struggling with depression, I began to lean on music more and more. In 2010, I started street performing. I started playing on the bridge between Cosmo and Planet Hollywood before it was built. And those were some really good days, some of the best days of my 20s. And I know I look like I'm 23, but I'm actually 31, I promise. The freedom of sharing my talent with complete strangers was therapeutic, and I certainly needed that to cope with depression and being a dropout. Unfortunately, my troubles with the police began at the same time too. Clark County and Metro started cracking down on street performers, the homeless, and water vendors. And I found myself and others entangled in the criminal justice system. While playing music for tips is not considered panhandling or solicitation, Clark County politicians found a way to solve the casino's problem. So Metro began ticketing performers for obstruction of sidewalk. And that's why I have 6 tickets. Oh, you go back to the other one very quickly? Sorry, I gotta brag on myself sometimes. That's for Netflix. That's in San Francisco. I did that gig last March. Okay, now to the fun stuff. All right, that's my mug shot from last year. Shout out to my barber.
Got you right.
Right. On September 30th of last year, I had my cell phone and violin impounded in retaliation for recording an officer. He stopped me on the bridge for obstruction of sidewalk, and then he went on to harass an alleged water vendor. You may have seen this guy on social media recently because The video of him being placed in a chokehold went viral. Anyway, we were both arrested, and I didn't get my stuff back for 3 months. Fortunately, both of our cases were dropped. While it would be easy to focus in on that officer's actions, we have to stay focused on the bigger issue. That sergeant was given the power, the authority, and the orders that he had by LVNPD. LVNPD's activities on the Strip are disproportionately influenced by casinos, which, ironically, I've been hired to play inside most of them. But the expulsion of street performers and free speech on the Strip has been a collaboration, not a conspiracy, a collaboration by Metro, Clark County, the casinos, the DA's office, and the courts. There's a nice little court on Swinton and Twain. It's called the Community Impact Center. And they mean well for people who are indigent or homeless and need services, but that court has also been used to funnel anybody on the Strip who's got a ticket for obstructing the sidewalk there instead of going down to the main court. It helps them expedite the process of oh, sorry, I'm almost done, I promise. It helps expedite the process of getting rid of street performers. I would love to talk about how long it took to get, well, actually I did talk about that. Again, 8 months to get body cam footage for that arrest. 8 months. 8 months. So I'm done. Thank you again, everybody. That's my time.